Precode Horror and Sci-Fi Comics, Weird Mysteries, Volume 1 by PS Artbooks. Weird Mysteries, issue number 5. Another sought-after cover. Removing the Brain from the Monster's Skull by Bernard Baily. June of 1953, issue number 5. Basil Wolverton returns with Swamp Monster, a great one. Mind Over Matter, that's John Small. John Small again with Mad Money. Then Still Life Unknown, writers and artists. And it ends out with Mike Esposito doing the pencils and inks on The Old Bat. Swamp Monster, there's some prime 50s Basil Wolverton, folks. Just gorgeous stuff. Love this panel. That is superb. In Mind Over Matter, of course, we have the ghoul teacher returning to introduce this tale of terror. Here's the blackboard. It's kind of like a letters to the editor page. Interesting. It says send mail to the blackboard, Gilmore Magazines, Inc. 175 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York. Mad Money. Ghoul teacher is back. Let's play a game. Some more prose. Still Life. That is a tremendous splash page, folks. Psychedelic before there was psychedelic. The Old Bat. Just love the ghoul teacher on that splash page. Some of these stories are very short, like 2, 3, 4 pagers. Issue number 6 of Weird Mysteries. August, September of 1953. Cover art, of course, by Bernard Baily. Let me see if I can pull a rabbit out of my hat. I'll just, the shrunken head. Mortellaro returns doing the pencils on Life Sentence, inks by Mike Esposito. Full Moon, Mortellaro doing both pencils and inks. Big Game, Unknown, across the board. Begin to Live, Ed Small doing the pencils and inks. And the last story, Civilized, pencils and inks by Vince Fodera. Life Sentence. Now these are Mortellaro pencils. Full Moon, pencils and inks by Tony Mortellaro. Werewolf claims 6th victim. I love that. Nice panel here. Big Game, artist unknown. Nice panel. Now they use this on the end papers here. Flying saucers, meteors, or what? I'm talking about various flying saucer sightings. Begin to Live. Art by Ed Small. Civilized. This is Vince Fodera art, and I've seen this reprinted somewhere. I just can't recall where. You have to look up the comics database on that, but it's very familiar with the various alien creatures in the background. Of course, they've all caught these. And the year 2252, man had advanced beyond his most wildest dreams. The stars were his horizons, the universe his goal. Even the other planets had fallen to man, because man was civilized. And another Twilight Zone-y kind of thing. Wow. This is some good stuff, folks. Very good stuff. God, the colors are fantastic on this, too. Yeah, I wish some of these panels were bigger. That's my only complaint, actually, because I dig the shit out of this. Vince Fodera, man. Looking at the screen here, nice. Oops, they end up trapped in the museum. And of course it turns out they were originally born of these creatures. The creatures saying, yes, you're lucky to be born of us. Us, the only really civilized race in the universe. Rock garden. Grows in 4 days, okay. Primo ads here for PS Artbooks. Of course, The Heap, Volume 1. Phantom Lady, Matt Baker, Volume 1. August 1941 to April 1948. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Weird Tales Volume 1, produced by PS Artbooks, and I will talk to you soon. Since the late 1990s, PS Artbooks has published hundreds of books, including some of the greatest precode reprints ever to hit the shelves. Led by director-editor Peter Crowther, creative director Paul Stevenson, and series consultant Roy Thomas. Yes, the same Roy Thomas who has written perhaps thousands of stories for Marvel and DC Comics since the 1960s, and is known for The Avengers, Conan the Barbarian, and the All-Star Squadron, among others. The PS Artbook team is a stellar example of how to do reprints right. The horror comic book reprints at PS Artbooks are unmatched for quality, and that has a lot to do with the process they implement to create these spectacular volumes. From their own website, let's take a good look at the PS Artbooks approach to reprints. Number 1. Restoration. Quote, "The biggest and most time-consuming task in creating our publications is finding the best source material to use. Using our ring of collectors and people in the know, we hunt down items that are suitable for us to use. For our books, we always use the original issues rather than reproductions for authenticity. Once the issue, image, or artwork bank has been created, we then set to and start restoring the imagery ready for print. We choose not to recolor the images as we feel this gives a completely different atmosphere and a fake look or feeling. We do, however, repair colors that have faded over time and also digitally repair any visual anomalies such as splashes, tears, and other artifacts that have appeared. Nothing is perfect if you're 60+ years old." Unquote. Content and design. Quote, "Using the latest design software, great care and attention to detail is used for creating a PS Artbook. Designs are contemporary, but are authentic when sat next to the subject matter. A lot of time is spent researching and validating information for the books. We are very proud to have exclusive essays written by renowned authors for our publications, and also not forgetting the wealth of artists that have created special artworks for high-end publications." Part 3, Printing. Quote, "We take time and care to select a paper that suits the subject matter. For our informative art books, we choose a high-quality satin paper that really brings out the color in the imagery and gives the reader a real sense of quality when holding the book. For our collected works editions, we choose a paper that will do two things. Give the best vibrant color, but will also mimic the original texture that the original publication was printed on back in the day. All of our editions are available in hardback, so they stand the test of time. For our exclusive tray-cased editions, a quality leather is used so that the book and the items are protected to a maximum. For our trade paperback editions, or softies, the interiors are printed on matte art stock and the covers on glossy material, just like a real comic," unquote.